Since the gag order was lifted, Kaylee's parents have done a couple of interviews, and this is just going to be a summary of kind of what they've talked about. They did an interview with TMZ, the Today Show this morning, and Ashley Bamfield last night. I will try to put the links to those interviews in the comments for you guys. But basically, they've talked to the coroner since the gag order was lifted and were able to get a few more details without getting too graphic. There was some gagging involved, asphyxia, trauma to the face, broken nose, defense wounds to her arms. As parents, they just really wanted to know what their daughter's last moments was like. And there are people that don't want to know every detail, and there are people that do want to know every detail. I'm like that. I don't care how bad it is. I want to know everything that happened. So my heart breaks for the families that do want the details and aren't being given the details. I don't think that that's right. I really think it's awful when you look at the bigger picture and Brian gets more rights than the victims' families. It's sickening. Ashley Bamfield did say that she has tried to reach out to the police, the coroner, anyone that was involved in the case, that now that the gag order has been lifted, to see if they will talk or do an interview, and has been denied across the board. She did say she thinks maybe people will talk after sentencing. Steve did say that for his family, in regards to the impact statements, it's hard to, write out an impact statement without still not knowing all the details. And I have to agree. He talks about how in the plea deal, there was no negotiating whatsoever. And there could have been. They could have negotiated with Brian to give him this plea. They could have said, like, where's the weapon? Where's the suit you wore? But nothing. Steve talks about all the red flags that there were. I mean, Brian had been reported for harassing females at WSU. He talks about the leaks in the investigation and how that's been handled, and how he really doesn't think they're investigating anything. And how he thinks it's unfortunate that we probably won't get all the details until Brian starts to speak himself, and then we'll hear from his sick, twisted mind, from interviews that he may do, or if he writes a book. I have a feeling that next week's sentencing is going to be another heavy day, so have your tissues ready.